Huh? Huh? What's this? Metal.
Westweird presents the long and short of it.
Hello and welcome to The Long and Shot of It, a podcast where two awesome dudes drink random drinks.
I'm in a silly mood already, sorry.
Sorry, it was a Bill and Ted t-shirt that set me off for that one. We are most excellent, and
Excellent to each other, by the way.
and we are going to be drinking lagers today. I think we're going to have a lager day.
Nice.
Still going to try and mix it up and get some from around the globe. But yeah, how are you?
Well, I'm having a rubbish day, to be fair. Nice to be back in Tamworth, by the way. Hello,
Yes,
Tamworth.
we
Thank you
are
for
back
having me
here.
back. McDonald's took ages to bring my food out this morning, and then when they brought my food out, it was wrong. I've never had a wrong item in McDonald's ever. McDonald's now do, which I did not know until this morning, a mighty muffin.
Mate, I have to tell you, I had a mighty muffin this morning also.
Oh, aren't you the lucky one?
Sorry.
I had me a bit of mighty muffin action. I wait over 10 minutes to get my food, and then what do I get? A bacon roll. Hello. And because it took that long to arrive, my train was due, so I couldn't query it. So I basically had to run out to McDonald's with my toffee latte, because it's been stood for so long, all the cream had melted. So I've got a toffee latte with no cream, I've got a bacon roll instead of a mighty muffin, and my train, I've just suddenly realised, is now 7 minutes late, and I've only got 5 minutes to cross the bridge in Rugeley. So, but eventually, I did get to Rugeley on time, the train was late for Rugeley, so it all worked out. But then I get to Tamworth, and Sean presents me with a bounty trio. Other bounties are available in the red and white colour scheme if you're a Walsall fan, or a Liverpool fan somewhere. So the day has been through. And I should demolishing this off the premises, because I don't know what the rule is on eating food from outside in fine pubs. But yeah, one other thing I must say to viewers and the listeners is the last two episodes I've been either ill or ill and hungover, so I've not really been on my game the last couple of episodes, so I'm hoping to make up for that today. Sorry Sean, I've made I've had a bit of a ramble through my opening monologue. Sorry Sean, it's like back to you man.
No, that's what it's all about.
Making it all about me already, we're like, what? Only 2 minutes in.
And I must apologise for the too soon moment of confessing that I have had a mighty muffin.
I am so jealous.
I have to tell you, it wasn't all that, if I'm being completely honest.
That's not helping. Really not helping the situation.
Moving
So
on.
now, when I finally have one, you've no woman's going to be shit. So I don't know how to take this now. I am off work tomorrow, so I don't know whether to go in and have one then, or say sod you Ronald McDonald, and I'll get a Jack and Aders and have poached egg and toast instead.
Yes, I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Right, today
Right, we're going to have some beer or something. Shall I shut up so we can have beer?
Today we are doing a bit of a lager day, simply because just fancied it.
And because we can.
Yeah, that's it. So we're going to start off with a nice Amstel.
Amstel, nice.
Love it. It's a lager. We have our halves in our lovely Beaver Town glasses. So
Beaver.
after quite the
Sorry.
intro,
I did say I'm in a silly mood today, so.
so after quite the intro, let's get into this.
Somebody, I spoke to somebody yesterday said, "Oh, I love your podcast, but you don't talk about the beer much, do you?" So, am I going to make an effort with this one?
Yeah, for whoever that was, we do apologise. It doesn't improve.
You know, it's very beery. I'm enjoying it already.
Yeah, I'm getting, as Lee Mack would say, I'm getting pissed.
Yeah, but because my stomach's not been lined as much as I thought it would be today, I might be getting pissed too. But I'm off work tomorrow, so you teach about us.
Right, because this is a lager one, typically I have been my usual terrible researcher self, and I can't tell you anything about these things, so this is Amstel.
It is, it's from Belgium, I believe. Is it Belgium?
You've all had to go on this at some point, haven't you? I mean, let's be honest. Well, should we answer some questions?
Yes, let's have a question, shall we?
Oh, today's going to be a good one.
I'm getting the feeling of this already.
Can
I
I
feel
just
like I've
say-
made more of an impact on this one than the last 3 episodes, you know what I mean?
Could just say that this T-shirt, whenever this T-shirt is on, for some reason, a party follows. So
Party and bullshit.
I see that it's already working its magic. Yeah, so, Evo,
Hello.
we'll start off by saying, if you could have your own drink, what would it be, and what would it be called?
What, you mean a drink that I've created?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd already called an ale 30 Ducker. So it would be called 30 Ducker. When AJ's brought out their recent, got it pre-pandemic 2 years ago, they had a little competition to name this ale, and I did put down 30 Ducker. And I just noticed as he went through the entries, and yes, didn't even get a second glance. So I think that is still mine to use. So I will trademark it. So if I hear the name after this podcast, somebody using it, I will see it in court. But I think it would be a nice. Not that I'm going to rip off the taste of lemon dream, but I think it would be a nice citrusy, hoppy 30 Ducker of a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something that's
absolutely.
easy to drink and won't get you too smashed unless you drink 10 pints of it.
We're talking percentage-wise, we're going with a...
I think a nice 4.1%, so it's very profitable, very session ale. I do like the word session ale.
Yes.
And yeah. Once I've bought Highgate Brewery, look out for it in your new pub.
Absolutely. Might even sample it on the longer shot of it.
Yes, I'd like a lot. And we will talk about that one at length. We will go through the full volume and descriptions and how pleasant it is.
Yes, brewed for 4 hours at 180 degrees Celsius, of course. I am going to air some dirty laundry here.
Oh, right, okay.
I was in talks of having my own stout. I won't mention who I was in talks with, but I was in talks with a local brewery
Okay.
about getting my own stout for this when it was initially connected to camera.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was going to be called Westweird and Wonderful, just for the trademark sense.
Okay.
And it was going to be a jam tea cake stout.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
And I'm really gutted that it didn't happen. So, for anyone watching, if you want to get into some business, we got 2 great ideas here. They, you want a nice ale, you want a nice stout. We got 2 ideas already brewed up in the noggin.
I'm now thinking bounty stouty. So, we can have a blue stout and we can have a red stout. Because remember back in the 90s when Beamish had those Beamish red and Beamish black adverts?
Yeah?
Stout red and stout blue. Yeah.
Yeah?
Coconut ale. Oh, yeah, the taste of paradise. In a glass, you bastards. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's going to be the slogan. Mel B can do it. Oh, you bastard.
Bounty stouty, get it down, you lad.
And you food with that stout. Oh, you bastard. Oh dear. This is going to be one of the oddest episodes ever, I think. You know what I mean?
Alright,
I'm enjoying this already.
so, there is another phenomenal question on its way here.
Okay, we've done the ice breaking question. Okay.
And it just came to me that I need to ask it, and we need a solid, definitive answer for the audience at home. Why are we so damn good at duetting? And what do you think has been our best moment as a duet?
Wait, you mean like performing on stage or on podcast or?
I think we'll cover the karaoke, we'll cover the on stage, and I mean, there's no highs and lows in this podcast. It's all stellar material. So we'll leave the podcast on for now. Our best is still yet to come. Yeah, karaoke first. Let's cover some of our finer moments. I mean, a great opener would have to be Caravan of Love. We've broke that out numerous times.
Oh yeah. Also that we did in the Top and Tanner on that day when Don was out and Adam commented, because we put it live on Facebook, and Adam commented that it was dreadful, was it?
That was Caravan of Love.
Was it Caravan of Love, was it? Oh god, okay.
But just to point this out there, that was because it was no longer a duet. That was a team effort.
Yeah,
There were
there was
way more than
more
us and two. You know, they don't have the vocal harmonising training that we have.
They do say too many cuts for the karaoke.
Yes.
And that was the case that day.
And the soup was overflowing that day.
It really was. The broth was very much bubbling with, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, the broth was spoiled by the too many harmonies and not enough range.
No, I don't want to throw someone under the bus live, but I am. Rollo, it was all you, mate.
Yeah. Naughty Rollo.
You destroyed us all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, his Mancunian accent would not go well on a song based on Singers from Hull. You know what I mean?
Hey.
I'm a mank, me.
So, that was a good starting point.
It was.
We do a killer Mr. Brightside, but I think 90% of the UK goes to a nice solid Mr. Brightside after a few beers.
Absolutely. And we also did famously team up to win SciChem a Lord Stafford Award for some forensic kits, where me, who spent a large chunk of the working week making these kits, and Sean was brought in on the day to help show how the kits are put together. He got all the attention. I got absolutely nothing. They didn't even look at me. Sean was like the star performer. But we won the award, so, I mean, this was over 12 years ago, and I'm still not bitter at all about this. But, yeah, we teamed up to win an award.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what the field,
yeah.
we're killing it.
Yeah. So when me and Sean put together, awards follow. I assume one day this pod will win us an award.
Absolutely.
Hello, Pod Duties, if you're listening.
Yeah.
If you are, hope you're enjoying your Bounty Stone Tea, which will be out by the time this comes out.
Melbourne, we'll check in the post, love.
Absolutely.
You're still relevant to us. Oh, so we planned on making it to each other. Right, that was great.
Yeah, good intro there. Yeah.
I would like to say my most memorable moments were actually the first time we shared a stage together. Doing a pantomime, which are always great fun, and it was Once Upon a Time about all the Disney cast, and we had a phenomenal Mr. Smee, and because it was my first show, they kind of just went, "Here's a pirate role."
They gave you absolutely nothing, did they? Just graceful how they had been achieved for that show. Really was.
Unlike Patrick Stewart, I saw nothing. But we worked with what we had, and I think it was still one of the highlights was doing our pirate-based number in the show. Was one of probably my favourite times on stage, because we just got to be we just got to be idiots.
Yeah, you basically told, just go on stage and to be silly, and I need no second invitation to be silly, do I? You know what I mean? And when you can hear the audience laughing, that just sets you off even more.
Yeah.
In the last panto I did, there was a bit where basically the stage was empty. Well, I was actually on stage dressed as an inflatable pig, and I just had to like go to the front of the stage, dance around a bit, and then kind of get startled by everybody staring at me, and then I run off the stage going, and then I have to basically run round the back of the stage through the classroom, which was in the school, and went to the side, and then by the stage was empty, and then all of a sudden I left it for a couple of seconds, it was completely empty stage, and then just run across the stage again, going, and then as you come off the stage, just hearing the audience pissing themselves, it just gives you such a lift. And some people, because at the end we went out and did like a bit of a meet and greet as people coming out, and people are like, that's just so funny when you run off the stage. And some of that lad actually come on Facebook about a year ago and said like, oh, that when you did that, my lad who was 6 at the time, he said that was the funniest thing that he'd ever seen. And then he said afterwards, when you come outside and spoke to him and said hello, said it really made his night, and those kind of things. It's just why you do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Get audience appreciation, just hearing the audience laughing, just one of the best things ever. You know what I mean?
And might I just say, from a backstage perspective, it's also hilarious seeing everybody like kind of moving props out the way so an inflatable pig can run in the fastest time from stage left to stage right.
Yeah, especially like when the first time we did it in the theatre, everyone coming off stage for the first one, I'm there, you got all these people just ambling slowly, get out of the way, quick, you know what I mean? Got to get to the side. But by Saturday, everyone knew to move, inflatable pork running towards you.
Right, where do we want to go next? So, today's options are...
The bottles are coming out, this is good.
We have Tsingtao. It says, which is from China. I'm just seeing where it's really brewed. It's probably brewed...
in Surrey normally, when the probably is always brewed in Surrey.
So we have Tsingtao, China, and then we also have Asahi, which I believe is Japanese.
Okay, so we're going very Eastern East Asia here, okay.
Tsingtao, again, one of my favourites when we used to go to an all-you-can-eat Chinese called the Imperial in Wolverhampton.
Nice.
I do miss all-you-can-eat Chinese restaurants. I don't think we have one around here, do we? An all-you-can-eat. So yeah, I'd like to get one of those.
I should say that we do have an all-you-can-eat opportunity coming up, which I need to talk to you in the post-production meeting.
Okay.
I will not bring it up here because we don't want all our listeners turning up and clearing us out of the King's Run before we get up there.
Yes,
that would be bad.
Exactly.
Brewed in China.
We've just got the official update. It is brewed in China.
It is brewed in China.
Qingdao, was that?
That's how they say it.
Oh. Qingdao is the official pronunciation there. I think Tsingtao sounds good. Especially with a little bit of an accent, Right, do you have a bottle opener?
I certainly do have a bottle opener. It is standard procedure for me to have a bottle opener because I'm a raging alcoholic, so people think. Keys and a bottle opener.
Excellent.
I do not mess about, people.
Right, let's try. We brought the small one today for sharing.
All the small things. Oh, that's a nice sound.
That's a good one, wasn't it?
I'm hoping our section in microphones will pick that up nicely.
Oh dear. So, we have encountered the problem that you have with all bottled beer that has been sat on a supermarket shelf untouched because people probably won't be going for the Tsingtao. It smells very yeasty, but it all goes down the same way, doesn't it?
Of course, the problem with the Chinese beer is in an hour we want another one. Oh, good.
Brave choice to do the pour live there.
Of course, the thing that I want to know now is where in China is it brewed? If it's Wuhan, I'm tempted to step away from it. but no, Chinese beer.
Beer?
I think we've sold this at the beer festival, but I've never tried it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I sat on the shelf Tsingtao or Qingdao is like. But let's.
Chris, okay.
Yeah. It definitely tastes like it has sat on the shelf for a short period of time. I don't believe this has been refrigerated. It's giving off a very festival beer vibe for me.
It's giving off a vibe to me. I want fried rice.
Yes,
I really want fried rice. Yeah.
me too. Right, we've gone over theatre, we've gone over karaoke.
We've gone over Lord Stafford,
Yes.
literally.
So, my next question. This one is a bit of a personal question to you,
Oh, okay.
which is, are you a Swayze fan? Patrick Swayze.
Oh, okay.
Are you a fan of Patrick Swayze?
Well, I think I can answer that in just 2 words. Is it 2 words or 1 word? Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah. I think that answers the question.
Okay.
It's just such a good film.
I can breathe easy again, knowing that we're a Swayze community.
Yeah. Roadhouse is a great film. What's the one where he plays a bit of a nonce?
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. That's a great film. It's good in there. And the song, She's Like the Wind. Oh, just what a tune.
And this was the overarching stem of the question was because when we were talking about the duets and the karaoke, She's Like the Wind is definitely up there as one of my karaoke songs. Love it.
It is a good tune. Don't think I've ever performed on karaoke, so I think we need to put that right next time.
Absolutely.
Next time we find ourselves in a karaoke place.
Absolutely. Yes, love a bit of Swayze, man.
I've never seen Ghost. Am I allowed to say that? Or will people be falling for Stall's name in shock and anger? Bear in mind, people, I don't watch films, so, you know, it's always going to be a tough question for me to answer. But I've seen 2 of his films. I might need to do a budget style Wikipedia check.
Well, we did a works pop quiz at our quarterly update. One of the questions was, what is a baby's real name in Dirty Dancing? And pretty much nobody got it. And I was like, well, this is one you can chalk a point up to me, because I'm with the Swayze. And the Dirty Dancing, funnily enough, was one of my granddad's favourite films.
Okay.
And it wasn't until much later on in life that I realised why it was probably one of my granddad's favourite films. It might be the dirty part in Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
A lot of grinding, a lot of hip thrusting, so I probably...
And in the white bra scene in the back of the car.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which, you know, funny enough to remember that.
So,
yeah, I don't know baby's name, but I do know she was played by Jennifer Grey, so I'm awarding myself a point for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably harder than the actual one, because if you watch the film, you should know the name of the character.
Okay.
But yeah, for everyone out there that's taking part in this little one question quiz, it's Francis.
Francis, okay. Yeah. I did not know that, but if that's good knowledge, that's something that I'll store in the because that will come in useful one day. Yeah. They do say knowledge is power, so
yeah.
Write that down, people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The old Hasbro. The more you know. Knowledge is power. G.I. Joe. Tsingtao. What are you thinking?
Tsingtao.
To be honest, I've just been talking and it's been going down, so that's a sign of
It's
good
down
theatre.
It's now turned into a bit of just like a little bit of a short.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's very pleasant, you know.
Now,
I think that now counts as us talking about the beer, so we can tick that box.
yeah. I mean, we've got country of origin here. We don't have to that about pretty much any of the drink, do we? So there you go. You're welcome. Fountain of knowledge, us two. Shall I go into this one now? Yeah, I'm going to go into this one now. This was a nice, easy, light one. After we've been swooning over Patrick Swayze. What is your favourite hot beverage?
Oh, tea.
Tea?
Tea.
Straight up?
I can chuck tea down me left, right and centre.
Any preference?
Oh, gotta be PG.
PG?
I'm all about the pyramids, you know what I mean?
Gotta say, we have jumped onto the Yorkshire tea at work.
I'm too used to be.
I'm quite enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of the Twinings English breakfast tea.
Ooh.
Bloody lush.
Are you a steeper, or are you a... Do you squeeze your bag, or do you steep your bag?
I proper squeeze, you know what I mean?
You squeeze it.
I mean, you're supposed to leave for 3 minutes. Now I'm a bugger for like making the tea and wandering off.
Yeah.
And going on the
Yes.
internet and doing other things and fanning around and then being back 20 minutes later. So it's had its 3 minutes and I still squeeze the bag up against the side of the cup. Because, you know, you've got to get all that last bit of flavour out, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so tea. Although, like I say, I can chuck coffee down me. I can chuck hot chocolate down me, which I did upon reaching here today. Because, you know,
Yeah,
you've got to have
Sometimes you need that sweet treat.
yeah, and you know, I say that I think the hot chocolate thing is £3. It comes with a nice little leaf design on the top, and they fill it right to the brim. And bearing in mind, I was carrying a bag, and I've got this very full mug of hot chocolate, and it felt very much like I was on It's a Knockout, because I had to negotiate a step, and my general clumsiness. And again, like I said to Sean earlier, I have a rule that I do not spill a drop of any drink, and I didn't, so I award myself full marks for not spilling any of the hot chocolate.
Absolutely. And it was a pleasure to watch.
You know, and for I just wish I played my joker like you could on It's a Knockout, because I'd have got 4 points, and Sean would have been there like throwing wet sponges to try and put me off. So it's a knockout. That's a nice 70s reference. Hardly any of our audience are going to understand on it. You know?
Yeah, I think Takeshi's Castle's the closest thing we're getting these days to that sort of thing.
Yeah. I think Fort Boyard is my
Fort
most recent up-to-date television reference.
Yeah.
So, and a hot drinks, Horlicks, Bovril. Bovril, yeah, Bovril might have to, I'm a football fan, I've got to say like Bovril.
Yeah.
Horlicks, I can't cope with, Ovaltine, makes me wet. But yes, I'm going to say tea. I like
It's like liquid bread, isn't it? Ovaltine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Liquid bread.
there are topics that will always pop up between the two of us because they are so burrowed into our sort of way of life, right? But Patrick Stewart, we've mentioned it once or twice on here. I love him. I absolutely goddamn love him. And so my favourite hot drink is actually because of Patrick Stewart, and it is because of Star Trek. And so my favourite hot drink of all time is an Earl Grey tea.
Oh, okay.
Because when I heard that legend of a man say, when I was a young lad, I was probably about 8 or 9, when I heard him first say, Earl Grey, hot, I was like, what the fuck is an Earl Grey? I want one. And so my brother, who was like the world's biggest Star Trek fan, no hate in the comments please, that was just a figure of speech. Yeah, Star Trek fans get quite bitter about such comments. He took me to London. Bear in mind, me and my brother, we don't speak to each other, not because we don't like each other, just because my brother just doesn't speak to us at all. So, as a kid, I'm going to London with him, and we're not saying a word on the entire journey up to London. And then we get to London and he's like, oh, I've got to go to work. So he left me, like, I was probably about 15, 16 at this point, in London by myself. Just walking around. But when he came back, he's like, we'll go to Drucker's. Remember Drucker's? Are Drucker's still around?
Oh, no, I can't quite think what they did.
But we went to Drucker's, which was like a fancy like Costa at the time, and had a sandwich, and I just saw it there in glowing lights, Earl Grey. So I went in, and my first Earl Grey was at a Drucker's, which was quite fancy at the time. So I started at the top. But I have to say, it's been very consistent, and in fact at the Crafty too, when we wanted to make an alcoholic version of the Earl Grey, as you would normally put a bit of Irish whiskey into like a coffee or a brandy and a tea or whatever, for a winter's tot of alcohol, we tried Tequila Rose in an Earl Grey tea, and it was beautiful. So, again, don't advise making every drink that you drink an alcoholic one, but if you're ever going to try one, there's one to try.
I must at this point interject the fact that I've never had an Earl Grey, and I've never had tequila rose. I've never had a tequila rose, and I've never combined the two. So this is something I need to look into.
Well,
I think at the Brewers Fair, when you go for your generic all-you-can-eat breakfast, I think Earl Grey is one of the options in the tea bag section. So I don't know why I did the yellow pages gesture there. So I think next time I may be on the Earl Grey. I will report back in a future episode. So don't take that time.
yes.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So Sean, I'll cut across you then. Again,
No,
do my LBC presenter trick again.
No, yeah, that's it. That's story time over. There you go. Put that one to bed. Yeah, so Earl Grey, and if my brother is watching, come and say hello once or twice.
Come and say hello and bring us both an Earl Grey.
Yeah.
With you on.
Imagine now if my brother just randomly hits me up and goes, I want to be a guest on the podcast. That would be like our own sort of Ricky Lake experience. But yeah, there's another dating reference, Ricky Lake.
I'd be a guest on the podcast then, just not talk. I think that'd be amazing. Yeah. Be like the one that doesn't speak on Scott Mill's show.
Right,
I think after the last two episodes, I think I was the one that didn't speak on the last two.
definitely the last episode you were a bit sore, weren't you?
Oh God, yeah. I shed no tears when the camera stopped rolling that day, and I went and slumped in that armchair in Kaplan, just didn't move for half an hour when you pressed away.
Can I just say, the last episode, I was genuinely concerned for this man, because there was a plate and it had some cob still on it. This is not like this man. He must have been ill. There was cob still left.
I left food. It's not like me. I left food and then got told off about my drinking. What a 5 minutes that was.
I can't believe this. I just realised this is going to be. Is this going to be one of our first without a break?
God, we've had a break.
We've had 2 live pulls. This is the again sampler bottle of Asahi Dry.
I did announce to Sean earlier that my train home today is 10 minutes earlier than normal, so I appreciate the fact that he's cutting the breaks out to try and make sure I get this train. It's very decent of you, Sean. Cheers.
Well, we're dropping the cider round on this one, simply because I wanted to just keep it solely about the lagers. However, in homage to Destroyed, we will be having a shot of the London shot of it, of course, and we are going to be going for a Jaeger, as a Jaeger was our tipple of choice. We're not just going to drop any old Jaeger. I have exclusive Jaeger, so I shall be bringing that out shortly. Right, this next question, very much like the last episode's question that blew everyone's minds, and even my own, and I wrote the question. I would like to just put something out there into the world. This was just a thought. I was sat here.
I'm scared already.
I was sat here in the mighty Crafty 2. I was waiting for the bands to come on. It was like one of those structured open mic nights. So people still got up and played stuff, but they were all part of a society. So they could pick and choose, like, these guys are like the folk guys. These guys are like the, you know, the rock guys. So you can kind of, they can cater to the venue. Anyway, waffling on. I was waiting for them to set up, and this just popped into my head. So, I don't even know if it's a question really. It is. It ends with a question mark. But it might just confuse the shit out of everybody. So, let's get into the society drive first. Which I have to say, I only discovered this a couple of months ago, and I loved it.
Okay. I've not had Japanese beer, I don't think, before. So
It's really dry, but it is amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I read that they did this with like some sort of ridiculously like filtered water to do like a specific process with it, but I might have made that up.
Well, now I've had a sip of Japanese, I know I'm really craving just a little square bundle of rice with a bit of salmon on it. I think that's the future.
Yeah. Whether it's Chinese or Japanese, it's got to be about the noodles for me.
Or I'll put it on my bone.
Love a good noodle. I do.
Good.
I have to say, let me just get into my bag of tricks real quickly to show you all. I also found this little treat. Whisper Gold, don't ever leave us again. You left us once, and you left me heartbroken, but you're back. Stay back. Thank you.
While on the subject of chocolate bars, last week I had my first crunchy since the 1980s. It was bloody good.
Well,
I only had this on the back of the honeycomb cider in cats. I thought, I need some more honeycomb in my life. That's like a crunchy, and it's bloody good.
so we'll flip the questions because this is very relevant. However, I've got a story about crunchies. So we found a new takeaway place called Slim Chicken, which I thought was
That's a good name.
and the chicken is wearing a mafia-style suit in the logo. But their most popular milkshake was the crunchy milkshake.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'll have to give that a go one day. I'm going to swap these questions, and you'll see why, because this is the most relevant connection I've ever had. Are you a chocolate, sweets, or crisps guy when you go for your snacks?
Right. Is there an all of the above option?
Yes.
Obviously, when I'm writing, I like sweets. I like sweets as an accompaniment. I can't say that word. Accompaniment.
Yeah.
When I'm writing, I like sweets. My blog, by the way, is called Evo Boozer Scribbler. So stick that to Google, and you'll see all my waffling. And I don't just waffle on podcasts. I write waffle as well. But I do like sweets when I'm writing. The only problem is I tend to buy the sweets, eat the sweets, and I've done no writing. That I have this problem every time. When I get in from work and I have my hour of listening to Radio X and catching up on Facebook and Twitter, at Lord Nigis on Twitter. God, I'm getting all my plugs in today, aren't I? That is when I like my crisps. And in chocolate, I don't tend to eat chocolate that often, but sometimes chocolate just drops into my life, and I eat it. So I had no idea that Whisper Gold were back. I shall be looking to have one of those. Not one of yours, obviously. I'm not inviting myself to eat one of your pack of 4. But now I know that they are available, I should be jumping on that. Whisper Normal is so good.
It is.
Just the texture of it.
An airy chocolate.
Yeah,
It's just winning, isn't it, as well?
I mean, when I was a kid, an Aero was like an absolute luxury. A green Aero.
Yes.
I'm sure they did orange Aero
They
back in
did,
the 70s
yeah.
as well. Show me out there. But an Aero was back when it was like a kind of a flat bar rather than like the
bubbly,
like
the segmented
the long
yeah.
one that you get nowadays.
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, and I hate to sound like Alan Carr, but an orange twirl. Oh man,
yes.
although when I had an orange twirl, they charged me £1 for it in the shop. £1, and it wasn't one of those where you know they don't put the pride in. You don't know until you.
Yeah.
Where in the same shop you can buy a big slab of Cadbury whatever for £1, or it was like a twirl. Like for £1, I'm like, you dirty bastard. Yeah. So I've not had one since. I don't know. The closest shop to my house, I don't think I've been in there since. You know, it's a good job I don't hold it good, you need to be fair. Yeah, 12 date, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, so yeah, but Chris, you know, prawn cocktail, Chris, yes. I was in the B&M last week and I saw a pack of fish and chip crisps. Oh, come to daddy. I'm not a dad, by the way, but come to daddy. You know, they're so Moorish. And because the packs are only that big, you know, you have one pack, you think, well, it won't hurt to have one more with it. And next thing you know, the whole pack of six has gone. You know what I mean?
But come on, I mean...
And you still only put 30 calories on. You know
it's
what I mean?
like ice gems. They got like a 6-pack of ice gems. And you're like...
Man.
What? Like, so the whole 6-pack is like 40 ice gems. Wow. You know, you're really breaking the bank here, aren't you?
Yesterday, can I throw an issue?
Yeah.
No, so it's not
Like I
that
said,
often, but
we need to fill this one out because this next one, there's probably not an answer. Just a wild thought of what I was thinking of on Friday.
my mate Dave came around my house on Friday night and he dropped the bombshell that Walkers are discontinuing salt and vinegar crisps. Now, I've not heard this anywhere, and normally when news like this breaks, it blows up, doesn't it, because it's generally normally just a marketing ploy. Remember when they discontinued salad cream, and next thing you know, sales went through the roof, they couldn't produce it quick enough. So I don't know if this is true or just fake, because Dave, you know, he gets things wrong all the time. But yesterday, I was in Crewe, and he said that they're discontinued because they don't sell them now. You know, they're just totally not selling. And I was in the pub in Crewe yesterday, and I said, what crisps have you got? Oh, we've only got salt and vinegar. So, is that backing up Dave's theory that they don't sell them, or are they just in Crewe, do they only like specific flavours? But I did have a packet of salt and vinegar because A, I felt sorry for them not selling, and B, well, I thought this could be my last chance.
Yeah.
If they are discontinuing them. So,
Hold on.
oh, we have breaking news from our producer.
You've got your
You've
cookie report.
got a live cookie before we can see it.
Yeah. Run to the corner shop. Walker's just announced it might discontinue salt
Oh
and
my
vinegar
God,
crisps.
it is true. Well,
Dated 14th of when?
2017.
2017.
Oh.
We've been duped, folks.
I think, unless they were crisp yesterday, were severely out of date. And the expiry date would have been on Saturday because Walker's crisp always expire on Saturday. I don't know what
Crisp Busters.
Yeah.
It's debunked.
Yeah. Oh, it may have been true 7 years ago. God, hang on. But, yeah. So, don't panic just yet, even if there's something that is still available. David's just late to the party with his breaking news.
Doing a Rachel.
Oh.
We know someone from the theatre group who was forever sharing dated articles from 2010. Look at this, everybody! You be scared, be terrified. We're like, we probably were in 2010 when the article was written.
If you follow on Twitter, Slow Sports News, you know, where they tweet Sky News article from about 5 years ago. This is like what we're dealing with some of Rachel's exclusives. You know what I mean? So later on, go and grab yourself something really crispy because they are still widely available.
I have to tell you though, in a bit of tragic news, I can confirm the barbecue rib are probably never coming back, and I adored the barbecue rib. Walker's You still get them in America, but then again,
You don't get oyster sauce.
no, it's a dying flavour, definitely.
I mean, when I was a kid, you had beef and onion flavour of the
Yeah.
packet. I mean,
You had sour cream and
oh,
chive.
you're so good, Joe. That's always a good answer on the point, the Christmas thing, by the way, on the crisp round.
Yeah.
Good, mate.
Yeah, and, another one actually, fish and chips. You also had chicken and chips.
Oh, yes.
I don't think they came back, have they?
They didn't come back now. And cheese snacks. Bring back the cheese snacks.
Do you remember cheese moments as well?
Oh, yeah.
I know the scampi fries and the bacon ones came back, but the cheese moments, I don't think they made a return, did they?
I had a pack of scampi fries on Friday night in the winter,
so
and they are so good.
Right. Shall we get the shot of the long and shot of it done?
Yeah, because Sammy's waving a bag around behind the screen. I'm very curious.
So, we have a bit of a, I don't know how exclusive this is, but everyone I spoke to about it, they seem to be a bit confused. What we have here, one of the Canadian characters of South Park, is Jaeger Manifest. Everyone I've spoke to about this, they've gone, what the hell are you talking about?
I've never heard of this. But at work, every day when tough noise come, I have to run upstairs to get the manifest. So what I might do is one day come back downstairs with a bottle of that to see what people say.
Now, Jaeger, are you a Jaeger and Energy fan, or are you a straight Jaeger fan?
I don't think I've ever had straight Jaeger if it would have been with a energy drink.
So what we'll do, I shall be back. We'll get a shot of standard Jaeger. We'll get a shot of Manifest. We'll get a can of Red Bull, and we'll see what the difference is. Because as you can see, I've had quite the sample of this, but I haven't pit it against normal Jaeger. So who knows? Well, that'll be the one for today.
I do like a bit of a live experiment, so bring it on.
The first break in the whole episode. Let's go get some Jaeger. Okay, we are back. And we have in front of us one regular Jägermeister with energy drink. That's what we're allowed to call it, energy drink.
To be fair, I could do with some energy, so bring it on.
These, I've had numerous of these. We've had questions before in the past about how many. I have lost count. I love Jägermeister. When this drink came out, we took this on board so seriously as a band, Destroyed, I believe, that we pushed so hard to be endorsed by them. It was untrue. Because we just loved it that much. There would never be a place that we would be if at least 2 or 3 members were there. At least 2 or 3 bottles would be there with us. So I love this stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to the shot of this one. But this is the shot of the London shot of it. Oh, that was lovely. I tell you can have knockoff Jaeger and you can have knockoff energy, but when you pick the official with a good official energy drink, energy drinks are the one thing where you can really get in trouble for saying certain energy drinks, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mention any brand or anything, but you know, this brand does give you wings, as do a certain type of panty liners.
Yeah.
So you know, things that provide wings are always good in my book.
Yeah. Colour cow.
Yeah. So, all good, all good.
Colour cow of the male variety. So, I mean, that was great.
It was very great, yeah.
While we get this set up, in fact, I'll get this set up now, but this is a manifest.
The manifest. I am actually quite excited by this, I have to say.
It feels a bit exclusive, doesn't it? I was just saying at the bar when I got the Jaegers.
And because I'm not at work tomorrow, so I do not have to get the manifest tomorrow, and I feel like I'm making good for today by
Actually having the manifest.
having the manifest.
You've had the manifest given to you. I was saying at the bar that we loved Jaeger that much that I actually went to LA to get a bottle of the Jägermeister cold brew and brought it into the country about 6 months before it was ever released here. So we had a party at the DBB headquarters. It was officially like the first cold brew party in the UK.
Oh,
So how about that one?
Sure leads the way yet again where alcohol is concerned.
Right, let's pop a bit of the old yellow cow in there.
I feel like you need to give this explanation of what it is.
What's that? So we're getting exclusive news from the DA once again.
The PA is providing us with content. I've got no sense of reading
Okay,
it.
so here's a bit of an update of what makes it special. What is Jägermeister Manifest? It is the world's first super premium herbal liqueur.
I thought super premium only for like the petrol, so this is all good knowledge.
And let's just see what are the different types of Jaeger, because I need to make sure that I've done all of these. Original, cold brew, cool pack, I don't know what that is, and manifest. So, I do apologise, I was a bit slow on the intake with cool pack, but it does look like it's just Jaeger in one of those things you put in the freezer that freezes up and keeps things cool.
Basically, what you're trying to say is other Jägermeisters are available.
Yes. Other herbal remedies are also available, but they're just shit. Exclusive.
Yeah.
Let's try the manifest.
Let's do it, shall we?
Cheers.
Manifest.
Oh,
I think I make gulpy noise again. Well, I'm very sorry.
putting them back to back, that tastes very different now. It almost tastes like licorice.
Yeah, I'm getting the name of the licorice feel. Yeah, very pleasant that one as well. Yeah.
Wow. Why did I not put them together? That's brilliant. Manifest.
Manifest, we salute you.
Yeah. So, we'll round this episode off with the final question that isn't a question that I said would blow your minds.
This episode's gone so quick. It's been just great fun. It's been so much fun.
So, if the chemical symbol for iron is Fe, and another word for man is male, does that make Iron Man a cross-dresser?
No, I don't want to sound like I'm sitting my GCSE maths exam again, but I don't understand the question. So Iron Man is Fe.
So, iron
Iron is
is
Fe.
Fe.
Yeah.
Man, male, Fe, male.
Ah, right. Okay. Now you've shown your workings out. You get a point for that, and it does help me a lot. So yeah. So is Iron Man a cross-dresser? Okay. Oh, no, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Iron Man a cross-dresser? Well, I've never seen an Iron Man film. But you know what he does in his own time after he solved crimes. Did he solve crimes or save
Yeah,
damsels in distress?
it's all Captain America, really, isn't it?
Okay, I still don't know who that is, but sorry, like I said earlier, I don't watch films. I'm sitting here with a Bill and Ted t-shirt on, and I don't watch films.
That t-shirt man says, excellent!
Excellent. So yes, Iron Man is a cross-dresser. There,
It's on.
it's on. Yeah. So I mean,
Take that, Downey Jr.
so this might be a different spin-off of the franchise, only available after midnight when it's been scrambled after your 3 minutes of freedom. I don't know what I'm on about there. I've heard these sort of channels exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Iron Man After Dark, where there might be a bit of cross-dressing going on. So yeah, kids, look out for that when she turned 18. Mm.
Phase 5.
Mm.
Do the right thing, Kevin. Right. That was it. Like I said,
Is that?
Yeah.
I can't really add much more to that question. Really.
No,
I don't know who Iron Man is. I don't know what clothes he wears, and I don't know what clothes he wears once the curtains are shut.
well, he does refer to himself as a billionaire playboy philanthropist. So maybe he means
we all want to be that, don't we?
maybe he means by playboy that he was in fact one of the bunnies. We'll soon find out in Iron Man After Dark,
Iron Man After Dark, yeah.
the next film directed
Well,
by Sean Westweird.
Because I have a large cinema pass, so I can go and watch any film, anytime, free of charge. I might even go and watch that myself, you know what I mean? It won't cost me a penny.
Right. I mean, you know, the questions don't get much fucking better than that, do they?
No, really don't, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've said before, I do not know the questions in advance, and I was not expecting unprepared for that one, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like I said, I wrote this on Friday in this pub, in that corner over there, waiting for the bands to come on. It just popped into my head. I was like,
That's Sean in the corner, that's Sean in the spotlight, writing questions about Iron Man cross-dressing. Now, that would be an REM song I'd like to hear.
well, I have to say, the bands that did perform, there was one guy who dropped 3 REM bangers
Oh,
back
wow.
to back, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Man, I see REM songs.
And if Don Mills ever watches this episode, there was also a man that dropped a bit of Small Faces, which again was a highlight of the night. Well, I think that about wraps it up, doesn't it? There's nowhere else we can go on this, really, is there?
Shame, it's been a very good episode.
This is,
probably my favourite one yet.
Indeed. Yeah. I think sometimes you come in and well, every time you come in, you never know the flow of these things because none of it's rehearsed. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've gathered that if you've
God's
watched.
worth I know it's not rehearsed. God almighty.
If you've watched a single episode, you'll know that it's not rehearsed. But you never really know which way it's going to go, and I have absolutely loved this episode.
It's been a laugh, I'm sure, thank you.
And it just so happened to be the lager episode, which I also love.
Yeah, so it's not for the purists, because I know a lot of people out there do not like lager, but yeah, so we apologise for that, but the lager's gone down well.
Yeah, we tried to keep it a bit more unique. I mean, I know Simcoe and Asahi can be picked up from most places, but it's not your usual Foster's, is it?
It's not your Foster's, no.
Right, let's wrap this up. I had a blast of a time.
I am now going to eat my dinner.
Effo's prepping. He's been eyeing that up all episode. It's also a double brand, your own tea, but then you also have a trio. Again, another lost soul. I don't think they exist anymore.
They do not exist anymore, no.
Yeah, so it's a sad state of affair when all your favourites are disappearing. But thank you again for watching, listening.
Thank you so much.
Absorb this media. I've had a wicked time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, yeah. Back in cats for the next episode, and yes, I've been the one.
He's been Efo.
He's been Sean. That's very too on, isn't it? It's good night from me.
A good night from him. Love ya.
See you all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.